Hey, what's up? It's Tati. We have the Pro Wrestling Illustrated top 10 wrestlers of 2023. We do normally have the top 500, but those numbers are not out yet. So the magazine has not been published yet. So they are on pre order if you want to buy, so you can see the list. That is for the December 2023 issue. So I feel like that is definitely a few months away, and they probably could have waited a little bit before putting this list out. Now, I did already get a chance to see who number one was since everybody and their mama is posting it, but I'm going to take a look to see everyone else who's part of the top 10, and I'll give you my opinion on if these people deserve to be on the top 10. So number one, we have Seth Rollins. So congratulations to Seth Rollins for making it number one. Number two, we have Roman Reigns. Number three, Jon Moxley. We also have number four, Gunther. Number five, El Hijo del Vikingo. Number six, MJF. Number seven, Okada. Number eight, Orange Cassidy. And number nine, Josh Alexander. And number 10, Cody Rhodes. So, very interesting list. Now, I have been saying since last year that Seth Rollins, he got snubbed after that match with Cody Rhodes, Hell in a Cell match. He kind of got lost in the shuffle, and I really felt like he should have had a much better year last year. Last year, Jon Moxley and Roman Reigns had a tremendous year. And I was feeling some type of way that, we couldn't really say the same for Seth Rollins last year. Now, this year, we had the match at Night of Champions where there was going to determine who the new world heavyweight champion was going to be. So it was Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles. Now, I'm not gonna lie, that title to me and to a lot of other people feels like a secondary title in WWE. This was pretty much WWE's answer to everyone complaining about Roman Reigns being champion for so long, and they knew they didn't want to take the title off of him. So the next best thing for them to do was say, hey, Roman Reigns is going to be undisputed champ, but we're going to make another title for the rest of y'all to fight for. So Seth Rollins or AJ Styles, whoever was going to win that match, was going to have to bring some prestige and some respect, have people have some respect for this title because people was already looking at it some type of way. So once Seth Rollins ended up taking the win, either whoever was going to win, I was okay with, but I did feel like Seth Rollins, it was more of his time compared to AJ Styles. Now he ends up winning that title, and it's been great with him in his title reign. I think, like, in terms of after Mania, maybe he's taken one loss or so. And other than that, it's been nothing but W's for him. So I'm really glad that he's having a really great year. But I'll be honest and say that I don't feel like he's made an impact enough to be number one on this list. I'm glad that he's there, but I personally don't think so. I still would have given this year to Roman Reigns again. When you're thinking of this list, top 10 list, is a lot of factors here. It's not just what they do in the ring. It's not just having titles and all that stuff. It's also the impact that they're making as well. And I still feel like when you're thinking of the top name of pro wrestling today, Roman Reigns is that guy. Now, I didn't say best wrestler because that would be a totally different list that we have here. And I don't think Roman Reigns, not even Seth Rollins, are the best wrestler here. But in terms of the impact, nowadays people are thinking Roman Reigns when they think about professional wrestling, especially with WWE being obviously the more popular promotion here. So I still think that Roman Reigns could have taken this spot this year. Next year would have definitely be a different story. That whole bloodline thing would have just been fucking over and done with, and people wouldn't even be thinking about it, and it would have been someone else. But I'm still happy for Seth Rollins. Now, Jon Moxley, number three, I'm not 100% happy about it. I would not have considered him to be number three. Now, Jon Moxley, he works really, really hard in AEW. He's one of their top stars. And also, Jon Moxley doesn't just wrestle in AEW. Like, you can literally take a look at his name and he will be wrestling at GCW or anywhere else throughout the year. So you're not just seeing him only in one place. He's literally putting in a lot of work, which is the same thing he did last year as well. You know, he just got the international title, which I do feel like was a great move for AEW. So I'm happy with that. But I don't think I would have given it him number 3. I personally would have bumped up Gunther to be number 3 instead. He's definitely made the Intercontinental title feel so much more important, I guess you can say. He's had a really great title reign. He looks the part. He is the part. He is exactly what you want when you have a champion. And I really do feel like he's definitely made a difference in the IC title scene. So personally, I would have bumped him up to number 3. Now we have El Hijo de Vikingo, who's had a breakout year. I'm going to say thanks to AEW. AEW putting him on their shows has really been a big thing for him. And I know AAA, they are holding on to El Hijo de Vikingo with a tight fucking grip, because I know every promotion is keeping their eyes on this guy because he's super, super talented. I like how he works sometimes, not all the time, but I have to give credit where credit is due. He's had done a tremendous job so far that we've seen, and people are really taking a liking to him. MJF being number 6, I don't know. I know we've had the whole bromance thing that's definitely giving him a lot more cool points. I do prefer him as a heel. I guess, you know what? He made top 10. What's there to complain about? He's not in top 5. It's not a big deal. I guess he's okay here in number 6. I know people can argue that we don't see enough of MJF in the ring, but I still feel like what we've seen of him in the ring has been impressive enough, at least for me. And the same thing can be said about Roman Reigns as well. He's not in a ring, not nearly enough for Undisputed Champion. So, and he's number 2 on the list. So it's the same thing. Like, I don't know. MGF, I guess he's cool where he's at. Now we have Okada on here. He's good on here. Orange Cassidy, you know what? Orange Cassidy should be top 5. Y'all know I can't stand this guy. I'm overseeing him, but he has put in the fucking work. People have definitely been drawn to him this year. Him being the international title champion has been it's been a really great run, probably one of the best runs that anyone's had in AEW. My only complaint about that title isn't really necessarily about Orange Cassidy himself. It's really how this is supposed to be an international thing. They started that off with the All Atlantic title, and then all of a sudden, they changed it to international championship. However, there's nothing international about it. Something about it that it feels like Orange Cassidy had to bring a lot of prestige to the title, and I do think he did. He did a really great job. It was time for someone else to get the title at this point, but I really feel like I would definitely have given him a top 5, despite me not really being a fan. I just don't want to be biased here. The truth of the matter is that he worked his ass off this year, and I think he should have been definitely top 5. We have Josh Alexander here, who's more on the underrated side. Cody Rhodes, overrated as fuck. He doesn't even need to be on here. What I'm thinking here is, where the fuck is Will Ospreay? Why is he not on the top 10? This guy has a tremendous year, has given us several of the best matches so far this year as a singles competitor, and he's not even top 10. I gotta see where he is. He gotta be between 11 and 20, maybe even 11, if anything. I would have definitely put him over Cody Rhodes. I would have put him over Josh, maybe even Okada. I probably would have put him over on this list. So I'm really, really surprised that he's not on here. That's definitely surprising for me. But so far, this is just a top 10. Later on, we will get the rest of the list. And I'm really curious to see who's at least the top 50 on here. It's definitely a little bit surprising that, to me, that Seth Rollins is number 1 here. Like I said, in terms of biggest superstar of the year so far still comes up to be Roman Reigns. Um, Seth Rollins, I think, has a little bit more work before at least I would have considered him to be number one. Probably next year, who knows? But I do feel disappointed about Orange Cassidy being number 8. He's definitely top 5. Gunther is all right. I think I would have taken John Moxley down a little bit. But like I said, last year, Roman Reigns and Moxley had a really great year. And I was really hoping for the same thing for Seth Rollins. And really at this point, he's been champion since what, May? So it has not been that long. But I do feel like by next year, people are going to have a lot more and better things to say about Seth Rollins being champion. So congrats to everybody who made it on the top 10 list, even though I would have tweaked it a little bit. Still curious to see what else we're going to see for the rest of the list. I think that's going to come out in December. That's what I'm guessing, or maybe late November or whatnot. So if you want to buy the magazine, whether it's a hard copy or if it's a digital copy, you gotta pre-order it. And once that's released, then I'll come back and talk about the rest of the list. I gotta see where the hell Will Ospreay is on this thing. Guys, put down below what do you think about this list, and who's your top 10? I'm really curious to hear what everyone thinks about this. Guys, thanks so much for watching my video. I'll be back later on with whatever else there is to review. Bye.